when you go to the store, you're buying goods, and if you use a debit and credit card, the store is being charged an interchange fee every time you swipe it. But a law in Illinois that's being challenged in federal court would say that, you can charge an interchange fee for the goods and services, but financial institutions, you can't charge that fee for taxes and tips. And this is the first state to do something like this, and the legal battle seems to continue to mount. Good morning, I'm Greg Bishop. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join us as we break things down to help better understand what's going on with swipe fees. So part of the budget that Governor J.B. Pritzker enacted included this provision, the Interchange Fee Prohibition Act. And the measure, again, prohibits financial institutions from charging a fee whenever somebody uses a debit or credit card on taxes and tips. They could charge the fee for the goods, but what about those taxes and tips? So clearly this is something that is now in the courts with bankers groups filing lawsuits and pulling up the docket here in the Northern District of Illinois Federal Court. This goes all the way back to, let's see here. August 15th, the complaint's filed, all right? The Illinois Credit Union League, Bankers Association, America's Credit Unions, America's Bankers Association, they filed this lawsuit. Then you see all the notifications, but a lot of action actually popped up on Friday when you had Senator Dick Durbin file a brief on this. You had the state looking to dismiss the case by saying that there's no standing. Again, taking a look here at just some of the activity on the docket from the past, last week. You got a motion for amicus brief from Illinois Restaurants Association, also from the Retail Merchants Association. They like this law and they want it in place. But you also have other people filing, including Dick Durbin, who's filing to leave, for putting in an amicus brief. But then you get to the motions here, and you've got Kwame Raoul's office motioning to dismiss for failure to state a claim. But the bankers groups, they have substantial questions about all of this and how this is going to not just impact Illinois, but potentially sow chaos in the financial sector. If Illinois is the only state doing this, I mean, how much are they going to have to change up all of their, variety of systems and their computers and how they provide the service. Michaela Carr, director of AmFree's Center for Legal Action, she spoke with my colleague and said that while the law wasn't written very well.
When a law is completely unworkable, it's easier to make the case that this probably should not be left in effect. So we are hopeful that we'll be able to prevail. If not, we'll continue to fight and continue to push this issue both legally, legislatively, but also in the court of public opinion.
Now, Carr talking more about this, just ultimately saying it's not really a workable law.
Not only do I think that on a macro level, this is a bad idea for free market economies, but on a micro level, this particular law is unworkable.
So you then had other filings, of course, the bankers groups and the credit union groups filing for, the ability to block this law before it goes into effect next summer. But one agency from the U.S. Department of Treasury filed a brief, and this was coming from the Office of the Comptroller. The Office of the Comptroller filing this brief, and I just want to read some of it to you, as this federal agency ultimately saying that, it's a violation of the National Bank Act. So the Center for Legal Action filing a brief. You've got others who were filing briefs, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency and Independent Bureau of the U.S. Department of Treasury, saying that Illinois' Interchange Fee Prohibition Act prevents or significantly interferes with the national bank's exercise of their power under the National Banking Act to process electronic payment transaction data. The national bank powers infringed upon the IFPA are a fundamental importance to maintain safe and sound banking. So that's, the filing that came out. Governor Pritzker asked about the Office of the Comptroller Currency, essentially filing this, saying, hey, federal law supersedes state law in this space. Here's what the governor had to say last week.
Interchange fees. Does this raise any concerns about that this law will be voided? Well, sure. I mean, it's not something that I, deeply concerned about because I think the challenge to it will be adjudicated and a decision will get made. But as far as I'm concerned, we passed a law that I think is having a positive effect. But again, when things get brought to court, you never know how they'll turn out. I think this one is one that can be defended well, and we'll end up with the law that we have on the books being affirmed.
So again, Governor, confidence that the law will stand the continued lawsuits here. But how this goes, we'll keep you posted. There's several other lawsuits against the state we've been keeping an eye on. You remember that lawsuit filed against state police over the automatic license plate readers? Well, the latest now, the court is taking the briefs of the plaintiff's response. That's due by the 10th of this week. And also, you've got the defendant's reply in that case due by the 11th, rather by the 8th of November. So this case about automatic license plate readers, if you recall, you had a group sue saying it violated individual civil liberties by essentially tracking people everywhere they drive with these automatic license plate reader cameras. You see them on posts really all throughout Illinois. So that lawsuit is moving forward with briefs to be filed. So that's just another lawsuit against the state of Illinois. But also some other stuff to note here that we'll be watching. November 12th, the Veramontes case, which challenges Cook County and the state of Illinois' gun ban. That's going to be heard in the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals for the 7th District on November 12th. Again, November 12th, the Veramontes case in front of the 7th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. So we'll be watching that, challenging the gun ban. You've also got the case that we've been tracking, Myers v. Kelly, a federal lawsuit against the FOID card. That's actually been dismissed, so without prejudice, meaning the case can be brought back, but apparently that case is essentially stalled out and is no longer in the federal court. But you've got the state level challenge to FOIA that Gun Save Life have. That's set for a November 14th hearing in the appeals court, the state appeals court. And that should be available live streamed, so we'll tap into that and keep you posted. But then you've also got the challenge against the gun ban in the Southern District. Remember that case, 4-day bench trial last month? Well, after October 20th, so 13 days, you could get a decision from Judge Stephen McGlynn. So you had another law that the state is having to defend in federal court. Up in Chicago, I do want to try to keep as much of an eye on it as possible, but that lawsuit the city has against Glock, that is set for a hearing, a case management hearing, on November 20th. So that'll be in Cook County Court, November 20th, a hearing on the city's lawsuit against firearms manufacturer Glock. So those are just some of the things that we're keeping an eye on when it comes to the courts and where we're at with all of these cases from a variety of different things. So keep it here. We'll keep you posted. And go to thecentersquare.com, get the updates and stay informed. And that's where you're going to get the dailies. And right here with Illinois in Focus Daily, part of America's Talking Network. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join us each and every weekday morning for Illinois in Focus Daily. Happy Monday.